In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on April 8, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. New York Islanders versus Carolina Hurricanes. The New York Islanders face the Carolina Hurricanes, with both teams hoping to improve in the final few weeks of the season. The Islanders have a 32-28-9 record but have won 4 of their last 5 games to keep their playoff hopes alive, while the Hurricanes have a 46-17-8 record, which is best in the Metropolitan Division. The Islanders hope to make a late-season push for the playoffs, while the Hurricanes look to remain in first place in the division to close out the season, and the upcoming game should be a great one as a result. On the season, the New York Islanders have a per-game scoring differential of 0.04. However, the team's scoring differential turns negative at -0.38 when playing on the road. Heading into their game with the Carolina Hurricanes, the Islanders have a 4-1 record over their past 5 contests. In these games, they have scored 18 goals, accounting for 62% of the overall scoring. A key to this recent success is the fact that they have outscored their usual output of 2.77 goals per game 4 times. On the other side, the Carolina Hurricanes have a per-game scoring differential of 0.91. As the Carolina Hurricanes get set to take on the Islanders, they have a below .500 record over their past 5 games, going 2-3. During this stretch, they have scored 16 goals, accounting for 57% of the scoring in these contests. If the Hurricanes hope to break out of their slump, they need to pick up their offensive play. During this stretch, they have outscored their average of 2.37 goals just 2 times. The New York Islanders have shown flashes of getting their act together, but nothing has been consistent, and they've been hard to trust in the underdog role. The Carolina Hurricanes are on the end of a back-to-back, but they've been head and shoulders the more trustworthy team, and they do most of their damage at home. The Hurricanes have also won 9 straight meetings against the Islanders. Plus, on the season, Carolina has generated the 5th most scoring chances in the NHL, so the Carolina Hurricanes money line is our full game side pick. The Islanders, who allow only 2.65 goals per game, should limit the Hurricanes' offense, with Adam Pelech, Noah Dobson, and the rest of the defensive unit stepping up at the blue line and cutting off angles to the net on the rush while limiting shots on the net. The Hurricanes, who allow only 2.37 goals per game, should eliminate and potentially shut out the Islanders' offense, which averages only 2.77 goals per game, with Jacob Slavin, Anthony DeAngelo, Ian Cole, and the rest of the defensive unit forcing turnovers in the neutral zone and defensive zone, while goaltender Frederik Andersen steps up and blanks shots on the net. Both teams have been led by their defenses, and the upcoming game should reflect that, with both units stepping up and controlling this game from the opening puck drop. And so this should be a low-scoring game controlled by both defenses. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Wild versus St. Louis Blues. The Minnesota Wild face the St. Louis Blues for the 3rd time this season, with both teams having remarkable seasons in the Central Division. The Wild have a 43-21-5 record and have won 8 of their last 10 games, while the Blues have a 40-20-10 record and have won their last 3 games. The Wild look to remain in 2nd place in the Central Division and possibly overtake the Avalanche for the best record in the conference, while the Blues look to improve from the 4th best record in the Western Conference, and the upcoming game should be a great one as a result. On the season, the Minnesota Wild have a per-game scoring differential of 0.57. Even when playing on the road, the team is winning games by an average margin of 0.17 goals. Heading into their game with the St. Louis Blues, the Wild have a 3-2 record over their past 5 contests. In these games, they have scored 17 goals, accounting for 57% of the overall scoring. Over this stretch, the team has managed to play above .500 hockey, despite scoring more than their average of 3.06 goals per game just 2 times. On the other side, the St. Louis Blues have a per-game scoring differential of 0.73. Even when playing at home, the team is winning games by an average margin of 0.38 goals. Heading into their game with the Minnesota Wild, the Blues have a 4-1 record over their past 5 contests. In these games, they have scored 24 goals, accounting for 62% of the overall scoring. A key to this recent success is the fact that they have outscored their usual output of 3.6 goals per game 5 times. The Minnesota Wild have been the more consistent team this season overall, and you usually don't get them at prices this cheap. However, the St. Louis Blues are starting to heat up, and they've been terrific on their home ice. Also, the Blues have had the upper hand over the Wild in recent meetings, which includes 3 straight victories. So the St. Louis Blues money line is our full game side pick. In Minnesota's 69 games, the over has hit in over half of their games, going 39 to 28 to 2. So far, taking the over when the Wild are playing away from home has been a good bet with an over-under record of 18 to 17 to 1. On the season, 62% of Minnesota's games have gone for at least 6 goals or more, with 54% of the scoring coming from the Wild in St. Louis' 70 games. The over has hit in over half of their games, going 36 to 33 to 1. So far, the team has been less likely to go over the betting line when playing at home, going just 17 to 18 to 1. On the season, 59% of St. Louis' games have gone for at least 6 goals or more, with 55% of the scoring coming from the Blues. The Blues, who have scored 15 goals in the last 3 games, should create plenty of scoring chances with David Perron, Jordan Kyrou, and the rest of the forward unit establishing a strong offensive zone presence while Justin Falk fires shots on the net from the blue line. The Wild, who average 3.61 goals per game, should run up the score with Kirill Kaprizov, Ryan Hartman, Kevin Fiala, and the rest of the forward unit crashing the net on the odd man rush and creating open shots with great puck movement in the offensive zone. Both teams have been led their offenses, and the upcoming game should reflect that with both forward units stepping up and finding the back of the net throughout the game. This should be a high-scoring game controlled by both offenses. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Colorado Avalanche versus Winnipeg Jets. The Colorado Avalanche and Winnipeg Jets meet Friday in NHL action at the Canada Life Center. The Colorado Avalanche look for a win after winning 9 of their last 11 games. The Winnipeg Jets look to snap a 3-game losing streak. On the season, the Colorado Avalanche have a per-game scoring differential of 1.07 goals. Even when playing on the road, the team is winning games by an average margin of 0.6 goals. Heading into their game with the Winnipeg Jets, the Avalanche have a 4-1 record over their past 5 contests. In these games, they have scored 17 goals, accounting for 59% of the overall scoring. Even though the Avalanche are below the NHL average in generated scoring chances, they are still a top 10 team in goals scored during these opportunities. The Colorado Avalanche have had issues playing in Winnipeg over the years, but that's about the only reason to fade them here. The Winnipeg Jets have been a bit rough this week, and they've been even worse in the underdog role overall this season. The Avalanche have been arguably the best team in the league all year, and they rarely lose as a favorite. This is the 3rd matchup of the year between these two teams, as Colorado has won each of the first 2 games in blowout fashion. Look for Colorado to continue their current win streak against a struggling Winnipeg team, as they will coast to picking up their 51st win this year. So the Colorado Avalanche money line is our full game side pick. These teams have met twice this season, and the Avalanche have lit up the Jets, scoring 13 total goals while only giving up 4. Colorado has simply manhandled the Jets over the last 3 seasons, going 6-1-0 in the last 7 meetings, and will continue to dominate in this contest. Colorado has gone over in 8 of their last 11 games against teams with a losing record, and have gone over in 15 of their last 21 games when playing on 2 days rest. The Jets have gone over in 5 of their last 6 games as the underdog. These teams have gone over in 7 of the last 10 meetings. There's no denying the light show that Colorado puts on by lighting up the goal siren, even without Landeskog and Kadri. They're coming off their last game where they put up 6 goals on the road against the Penguins' 4th-ranked goaltending. Connor Hellebuyck and the Jets will have their hands full against the all-star team that is the Avalanche. In that same Penguins game, Colorado also allowed 4 goals. Kyle Connor and the Jets have the offense to take advantage for at least a couple goals here. Connor has not scored a goal since before being out for health and safety protocols. Look for a hungry Connor combined with a potent Avalanche offense to push the score. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.